Ladies and gentlemen, to round number 4 today. This should be for the Division 1 Esports Championship. So, yeah, we're just waiting on, I believe, a few players to join the lobby. We are running a bit late tonight. League was due to start at 7 p.m. However, obviously, things sometimes don't necessarily always go to plan, or necessarily that way, obviously. But either way, we're here now, and we're ready to go racing almost for this Division 1 Championship here, hopefully, as the players are lining up to get their cars, and then I'm pretty sure it'll probably be an instant start soon as everyone has got themselves a car and are ready to go racing for what is technically the second time I'm commentating in this league, in this division, obviously, so that hopefully should be fun. Just gonna post quickly that now that I'm gone live, so please give me a second. So, just posted that in the in my Facebook page that I have or run. So yeah, hopefully people will come join. If you do, feel free to leave comment. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. However, that would be so much appreciated. And leave this video a like if you may. So Austria. Obviously, a different type of track to last time. Last time, the lads raced at Canada here. So, obviously, it's a different type of challenge for the lads here tonight. This Austrian venue, the Styrian Mountains, of course. I do expect some big things from actually some of them. And talking of one of them, Jim Strav, and I actually race against him in another league, actually. I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure that is the same player. I'm pretty sure it is the same player. I could be wrong. But Jim Strav, very quick driver. Not gonna lie, he is a very talented driver. So he's one to watch tonight. Also, Bradley. As well will be another to watch. I think we've got also some new lads also in here, but you also got the Meister 80. He's someone to watch out for in this race. And our last race winner, Genesis, sorry. Genesis VL, the other Ferrari driver, he won last time out in Canada and took the championship lead going, obviously, I think from, let me just check who, well, let me check the actual championship. It's actually unprofessional of me not to. So, yeah, the championship, Jim Strav is currently second in this one, in the Division 1 championship. Only 3 points separating Janice and Jim Strav, and then Bradley is about 10 points further behind those two as well. So hopefully we're going to see some good racing. But yeah, I certainly know Jim Strav, having driven against him a few times in a league I believe that I'm currently doing. Obviously he's a very quick race driver, but sometimes he does get his elbows out, but he's a very quick one. A very quick driver to note. Pretty sure we're in the same league. Yes, we are, and currently I am at the top of that championship. Yeah, but he's very quick. He finished second last time out, even though he could have won the race. Actually, in that one on Wednesday. In fact, go check that race out. I did a highlight reel of that, so go check that video out. It's on my page or on the YouTube channel. Other than that, really, Austria, it's an odd track actually here. In theory, it should suit cars with obviously good engine, good top end speed. For instance, the Mercedes, the Racing Point. But at the same time, you do need a good actual aero package here as well. So it should also be pretty close between the Red Bulls. I'm not sure where the Alfa Romeo drivers will be tonight. I'm actually looking forward to seeing them. But yeah, it is going to be certainly an interesting spectacle, hopefully, and hopefully a good race. Anyway, we're about to start qualifying for this 18-minute shootout now in approximately 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So we're about to start qualifying. Hills of Austria. Last year's Grand Prix actually was a very good Grand Prix. In fact, we had two. And then we're going to have two again here this year in 2021. But yeah, really good actual Grand Prix actually. Both of them last year actually, of what I recall. I think the first one was probably a little bit more interesting. We had, I think, was it 6 retirements or 7 retirements? Something crazy. It was a lot of retirements, especially for the first race. The second one, the two Ferraris came together at turn 2. Technically, it's turn 3. But turn 2 is pretty much flat out. So really, the first proper turn after turn 1 is the hairpin up to the top of the hill at turn 2. So hence I'm going to call that turn 2 today. But yeah, wonder whether there'll be a wet qualifying actually, or a wet race. Hopefully, maybe we get some bearable. No, it does look dry still. So, qualifying is underway. Who will be the first guy to make their move onto the track? And I believe, well, it sounds like a Mercedes engine, if I'm correct. Let's see if I'm correct. I think the Alfa will come out first, so I was wrong. It's actually the Ferrari engine. But, following closely, is our Racing Point? Nope, it's a Renault. Can't really see. There's Racing Point, and there is obviously still, we'll follow this lap here with the Alfa Romeo driver, Jim Strav's teammate. Is that Quai Killers or something? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so I do apologise to him, but yeah, right, anyway, let's see how he gets on then here in the Alfa Romeo. Obviously for his outlap, and I'm sure he'll be warming up the tyres quite nicely. It's So here we go then, as he comes around the second to final corner. Very important to get a good exit out of actually that corner, but even more so out of the final corner, and does look like he's got that, as he opens up DRS, powers his way down the main straight, up into turn 1. Is he inside the track boundaries? Just about a bit scruffy though, looking like he got a little bit out of shape on the exit of turn 1, as he powers his way into turn 2. Can he keep the car controlled? Indeed he can, and now opens up DRS once more. Obviously 3 DRS zones here on this Austrian circuit, as he heads down the hill now into turn 3, so halfway around roughly the lap, as he approaches now turn 5 here through turn 6, and looking okay. Now a bit of a bleep with the gearbox there, whether or not that's all part, and that's very scruffy, and that's an invalidation then there for Jim Strav's teammate, Qui Killers, I think. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce that, as we have got a retirement here. Dre NK has retired from the session. Now, not sure why that is, but he is out of the session, as Mr. Meister so far does the fastest time of a 1.5 before the King goes even faster with a 1.46. So in the Red Bull, looking very good he is indeed with that lap time. Very good lap time there from the Red Bull driver, as that looking very messy then terms of getting out of each other's way, but the Smeister 80, and I think I've just missed a big moment there from Mr. Meister 15, who does, I think, well, has retired from the session, so he is out as well. A few mistakes going on out here, as the Meister 80, the Williams driver, that is obviously Brad's teammate, currently leading the leaderboards, or the lap times, with a 1:43. Only a couple of thousandths or ahead of his teammate, Genesis, our last race winner, followed by the Red Bull, who's about half a second back, and Danny 89 in the Racing Point. So, Simon, obviously, here then, what can he do? Obviously, he is on, currently I believe, an invalidated lap here. Will he be coming into the pits? Currently on a set of the mediums, certainly more time in that car if he wants to go for a better lap. Here, no doubt about that, especially considering he's set 1:06 on a set of the medium tyres, and in the pits he comes. So, Bradley, what can he do, as the King has left the session? Not sure what's gone on there. Maybe technical issues. There were quite a few technical issues last week. Oh, you have a quality penalty, okay. Fair enough. Thank you for letting me know that, Nicola. That is much appreciated. Obviously, without that info, wouldn't have known a thing, so, yeah. So your retirement from that was, I take it, fully intent. Anyway, Bradley then here on a hot lap. As he goes a little bit wide. Is this going to get invalidated? No, it doesn't. So he will be allowed to continue on this lap. Whether or not he will back out of it, not too sure, as he did go wide, but that's only if he gained an advantage. Again, almost cutting the corner there from him, from Bradley. So a bit of a scruffy lap from Brad here then, as we go down the hill. Not sure what times he's setting. Probably not the best of lap time. I'm not going to lie. Does look very a bit of a scruffy lap. Through the final corners. Through the last one. 5th gear. Wow, that's incredible. Honestly, I'd take that in about 4th. Just shows you how good these guys are. And that goes, well, puts him in 3rd place. So a good outing so far for Williams here, as they sit 1st and 3rd. So, Scooter Clem10, what can he do? As Meister going even faster now. Oh no, sorry, that was Josh Stead. I thought it bumped the screen down. I thought maybe it might have been Meister 80 at the top there. The stiff Meister 80 looked like he went faster, but it was actually Josh Stead gearing up into 2nd. A very good lap for the Haas driver. As Scooter Clentem on a hot lap here, maybe? Or is he on out lap? I think he's on out lap actually, because his ERS is on 0. So yeah, it must be on out lap. What can Scooter Clem10 do as he goes through final corner? And what he can do, well, he invalidates his lap time. So we're still yet to see actually a lap from the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers with 10 minutes to go. I'm not sure when they're going to come out or what their pit strategy is here. We've seen laps from pretty much the entire grid, apart from also Scooter Clem 10, who has just had his 1st lap time invalidated, so that's a bit of a shame for him. But otherwise, everyone else has more or less done a lap. What can the Ferrari driver do, as we just catch him on the end of a hot lap here, and goes quickest in fact. So quite nicely picked up that one was, with a 1:04. And that is on a medium, well, is on the medium compound here. I believe at Austria they use probably the C4, C3 and C2. So that's probably a C3 set of tyres. Just for reference, what it'd be in real life. So well done to him, getting the quickest time so far of the session. And that is really quick, because if he's doing that on a set of the mediums, well, let's wait to see what he can do on a set of the softs. If he does choose to now go back in the pits, which I imagine he will. But will he come out at the end of the session to maybe do a soft tyre run? That'll be, well, yet to be away. What can Mikko do here? Mirko Isko, sorry. What can he do as he decides to pit? So, still waiting on Jim Strav, still waiting on the 2 Alphas, as I believe he's had another lap time invalidated for the Alfa Romeo driver of Qui Killers, I believe that is, Qui Killers. So, Jim Strav, obviously the only other driver yet to still do a lap. Not sure why he's not coming out. Maybe he's got a qualifying ban, I'm not too sure. That is a possibility. However, I know now Dre NK has a qualifying ban, because he told me, or Nicola, sorry. So Nicola's told me he's got a, you know, a qualifying ban, which is nice of him to let me know. Big Shark, then, is he going to be able to improve his time? As this is his 4th lap on this current set of tyres, as the King has, or this King has rejoined the session, currently sat down in 7th, around over 6/10 off the pace, but still, you never know what he can do here. Make that 8th, as I think Maiko has gone faster, possibly, or one of them has, and nope, the King has left again, as Kyo now joins the session. So, 6 minutes to go. Will we see anyone go for a quicker run as Jim Strav is on an outlap here as he crosses the line now to start his flying lap. Now this is the guy I was talking about. This is a guy who I've raced against. He is super quick in the league race I did the other day. Honestly, probably one of the quickest drivers I've ever raced. So, what can he do? Let's see. Heads down the hill. Following him around here. Let's go on board actually. Why not if we can. As we go on to the TV pod. And that is invalidated. As we just literally go on board with him. He's a super quick driver, but clearly no point of being quick unless you're going to be able to complete a lap. So I think he was considering doing a quicker lap there, or maybe instead of, you know, not sure what he's doing now. That seems a bit pointless, but maybe there was a good explanation for it. But Jim Strav, obviously getting his lap time invalidated there, and seemed like he had a sort of like half a think, should I go again? Or should I come into the pits? Decided to pit, as now we got some new runners. Here we go then for the McLaren driver on a hot lap now. What can he do? Can anyone actually complete a lap without getting it invalidated? That's my question. Hopefully this guy will be the first of many to come as we head up the hill, braking at the 100 meter board, just a little bit after in fact, and does the first proper quick first sector, going purple there. Now down the hill, opening up the DRS, braking, bit deep, but that should be okay. Might have lost a little bit of time there. As heading now around this sweeping left-hander into the second left-hander, almost like double Lesmo. You know, not quite doing fastest middle, but still has got fastest first. There's no one I believe has gone quicker than that yet. And crosses the line, however has only managed P11 then there. What can Scooter Clem 10 do? And let's remember, Scooter Clem 10 actually, obviously, on his original lap, set that first time on the mediums. He's got a little bit of traffic from the Alfa Romeo driver, who I believe is also on a hot lap. So the Alfa Romeo driver is on a hot lap. Hopefully this won't get messy here for either of them. Hopefully, well, if one of them's on a worse lap, hopefully the other will concede and maybe get out of the way. We'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. But right now he'll be getting a bit of a nice tow here. Not sure whether he wants to keep trying to follow this guy around. Personally, if it was me, I might actually back off here and try and find a bit more space. Still 2 minutes to go in the session. So Scooter Clem 10 trying to obviously do his personal best. He's 4 tenths up currently at the moment, as the Alfa Romeo driver getting a bit scruffy out once again clipping the grass there for the Alpha guy. And what can Scooter Clem 10 do as Bradley goes top with a 1:39? That's good enough, putting ahead of his teammate for now with a 1:47, so pretty good that. Right, Jim Strav so far doing a good 16 minutes. Just picked him up now in this middle sector. Let's see, can he keep it clean? Really, he needs to, because if he doesn't, well, got a bit of an issue here for the Alfa Romeo driver with 1:37 seconds to go. He probably would have still another, well, enough time to get round to do another lap if he wanted to. Regardless, he's inside. No, it's been invalidated again for the Alfa Romeo driver. Again, another invalidation. What's going on, Jim Strav? Please do something. Right, come on, you can do it. Are you going to back off? Or are you going to go again? Imagine he's going immediately for it again, possibly, or is this going to be recharged battery lap? I think it's... But, again, another invalidation. I know he can drive beautifully. Clearly Austria doesn't suit him for whatever reason, because when we did Brazil race, he was fantastic. Almost won, as I said. As Bradley here then, what is he doing? I think he's on a second lap as the Alpha, again, talking of Alphas, look like getting in his way, and yep, he's aborted this one. Is there anyone on a flying lap? Let's see what the Stiffmeister 80 can do. Currently within 2/10 of his teammate here, as there's a Mercedes off. Hopefully he won't come on. Should have enough time to get on cleanly. But yeah, as Bradley has now retired from the session, so 2/10 down on his, I believe, the best time so far. So probably this isn't going to be the pole lap unless he can pull out an amazing final sector from somewhere. Let's see. And he crosses the line. Is this going to be good enough for pole? No, not enough, and 1/10 down on his actual best. So Janice goes top, in fact, as we just missed it. He goes top of the timings. I did say this guy, last week's race winner, snatches pole at the last, and only by less than 6 milliseconds or whatever, less than, you know, the tiniest of margins, a sliver of a wing, basically. That's how much is the difference here for Janice, the Belgium national. And there we go then. So it isn't a Williams 1-3. It's actually a Ferrari 1-3. Janice goes top, Bradley second, and Horvath sank in third. The other Ferrari driver in third. But crucially, on the medium compound, Horvath Gabor or something, 8, third. Sorry if I pronounce some of these names wrong. Josh Stead, getting 5th. Where did Jim Strav? No time in the end for Jim Strav, but the other Alfa Romeo driver gets P8 then there. So yeah, no time for Jim Strav, but he is quick, and take my word for it, 'cause I did say also Janice was quick as well, and last race winner, obviously, for the Ferrari team here in this league racing that these lads do on a Friday night at, obviously, usually at 7 PM, but tonight they're running a bit late at 7:30. So yeah, good show for Janice again, very good. Can he now extend that lead he's got in the championship is yet to be seen, but from what happened there, well, he's on course to do so. As there was also a good show for Bradley then there as well, who also finished P2. So yeah, championship battle certainly well and truly alive between them two, as Jim Strav has got to come all the way from the back of the grid, as we got now 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. The Ferrari gets a good start, but so does the Williams, but I think the Ferrari did get the better of the 2 jumps, and the other Williams behind, Meister 80, also getting a very good start, already up into P3. He's on the softs as well. So as we head up into Sector 1, and a safety car has been deployed as Mr. Meister 15 has been eliminated from this race. Then, so some sort of incident has happened. Who has it involved? Not really sure. I was watching mainly what was going on at the front then there. It looks like maybe a bit of contact possibly from Dre NK has caused this, because he's missing a bit of his front wing. Even though there is penalties for the two, well, for Danny and for the other AlphaTauri driver, but I'm not sure whether that is in relation to what happened to, obviously, Mr. Meister 15, who I think must have had contact with Dre NK, because he's the only one in this field with, obviously, front wing damage. So, right now, one-stop strategy. Well, if you're on the softs, you go softs to mediums or softs to hards. Really, it should be a one-stop here, as we've got a Red Bull in the pits. The King, yeah, the King, what is he going for? Well, he's also got a bit of front wing damage. Okay, so have all three of these lads got wing damage? Let's see. Yes, they seem. So it must have been some sort of incident, possibly. As there has been a 5-second time penalty for Mirko, and a lot of people are actually picking up time penalties. So, yeah, some sort of incidents happened further back. Obviously, it is Austria. Turn 1 is deadly here, actually, to be truth, because it's such a tight angle to actually properly get two cars side by side through this turn and this complex of corner. You've got a sort of compromise, especially if you're on the inside, because the guy from the outside, because it's sort of a little bit cambered, sort of will get a bit of a better drive and will swoop a little bit across onto the inside line. So, and it's a very tight corner because it sort of almost narrows up in the corner. In fact, if we go on board, sorry if my chair's a bit squeaky, but if we go on board with one of them, just to show you what I mean, yeah, let's go on board. So, going on board here with Janice, you can just see what I mean as we head down into turn 1. It's nice and wide here, as we can see, absolutely wide as you can possibly make the tracks in any given race. And then as you go up the hill, it just sort of narrows up, and you just see how narrow it is actually through this little complex. It's not very wide, and then it reopens up on the exit. But it's very tempting to go wheel to wheel through there, but and especially on the start. So no shock in incident. And Bradley, hang on a minute, is Bradley out this race? Because I'm not really sure what's gone on. Bradley's got AI, so I think maybe he's just paused it, maybe, because if that could be the case, he's actually just paused the game. Yeah, it does seem to be that was the case, as Smith, yeah, the Stiffmeister 80 had a good start. Genesis teammate down to P6 after starting in the top 3. Would have started second actually if it wasn't for his teammate, who actually got a really good start. Anyway, safety car is coming in now this lap, and there's been more wing damage. Oh dear, that doesn't look good. That's very messy. They're not sure what's going on with them guys further back down the field. Looks very like a bit of a kerfuffle here, actually. Anyway, so Dre NK, sorry, Genesis will lead the pack. Obviously, he's now effectively the safety car. He must go by the time he crosses the line. Doesn't have to go until he crosses the line. And let's see where he will go. Thought he might have gone there, but clearly not. I'm still waiting. Will he go out of this final corner? Looks like he's going to wait right to the line. Nope, he's gone now. And away they go then once more under green flag racing, as he does get a bit of a jump. Not a great restart, to be honest, but not the worst. as Bradley gets all out of shape, and this will allow his teammate to surely take the position here. The two Williams go side by side, and the Smithmeister will push Bradley to the outside as they sort of cross lines there, and that is a Smithmeister up into second place. Nice little fight from the Williams driver. Now, can the Williams driver of Smithmeister now challenge here? Obviously, Jennings is yet to be seen, as Jennings has already got around over half a second lead. So if he can build that gap up to 1 second, that'd be absolutely fantastic, as it puts him out of the DRS range of the Williams driver. But there's been another yellow flag, not sure where it is, and another retirement. We keep on missing these retirements. We're not very good at missing these retirements, as the Mercedes go off the track. Then there, Dre and Cavo moves up into 11th, as one of the, I think, Alphas is in. No, the Haas is in. Then of Josh Stead 29. As we go further back down the field, the King is in 13th. He'll move up into, he'll move up into 13th. Was 14th. As Josh comes in, fits the hard tyres. Then here, as another yellow flag somewhere, not sure where. It looks like down here, but I think everything's fine. A lock up from the Ferrari then there. Not like heard that before. Jim Strav running in 8th, so he's made a good actual recovery so far. As I think it's the well, it is the AlphaTauri driver again. Yellow flag. He's already 56 seconds off the pace here, and we're only on lap 5. That isn't a very good outing for him. He's having a woeful race. How many wings has he been through? Still going now back into the action. What can QE Killers do here? Can he get the move done on the Renault? Will he try and make a move down the inside? Nope, doesn't take the temptation. But he will have a great opportunity here on the exit, as the Renault did go wide, and he moves his car out alongside the Renault driver of Simon, and down the inside. Surely this will be an easy move. A little bit of contact from the two, but nothing too major indeed. As he does manage to squeeze his way through there. More than fair move. That is very nice from the two indeed, as Jennings now is storming off into the lead, already leading by 1.3 seconds then here, as he's building that gap. As I said, gets our DRS, this race becomes a bit more comfortable for the Ferrari driver in comparison to those with the DRS. Really, the DRS is a very powerful tool around here, so getting out that 1 second window was a very vital thing for now anyway. But can the Stiffmeister get back in that DRS window is yet to be seen. Will there be team orders here now from the two Williams? So that is a big question. Not sure whether that will be the case here in this league. Whether or not they'll do team orders or not. But if there are, maybe could be an idea to let Brad through, possibly. Maybe do a bit of a half and half. You have an attack, then I have an attack. Possibly at the Ferrari driver. That could be just a bit of an idea for them. As the other Ferrari driver also keeping though within the touching distance. And I probably think that's probably the thing that's going to stop that, if there are going to be any team orders here today between the pair. As Bradley decides, no, he's not going to play team orders, but he's going to come into the pits instead. So, Bradley in for a very early stop here, going for what is the undercut strategy. What tyres will he go on? It is going to be the hard, so looking towards a one-stop strategy here for Bradley. Is that the way to go, though, in this race? Personally, I don't know. Personally, it could be. Scooter Clem 10 now moves up into 9th, also on the hards. So, yeah, certainly going to be a bit of traffic still, though, for Bradley to now make up. But if he can make up that traffic, you never know. So Williams splitting strategy here between the two. Simon gets a now 3-second time penalty. So Jennings now. Lappe, what is he going to do? Does he react? Well, he doesn't need to react, if I'm truthful, as now Stiffmeister comes in, also for his stop. Again, another early stop, so both Williams cars going the exact same direction and strategy here. And he will also go on to the hards. And nice stop. Gets away cleanly. I reckon he'll come out behind his teammate here. There is his teammate. And yeah, just about now behind. And that, obviously not good news for the Williams driver. So, it is right now a Ferrari 1-2. Do these Ferrari drivers go long? I think that is a real question they've got to be asking themselves here. I think they should, personally. I think going long is their best course of call. And maybe doing a counter strategy, the softs, well, soft to mediums. I think this is probably going to be the best for them. Because right now, you pit, Jennings comes out behind the Williams. And I think this is going to be their strategy today. And, well, I'm not going to say it's going to work. I don't want to say it's going to work, but I think it will work, actually. I think the Williams have made a mistake here at as Bradley now picks up a 3-second time penalty. I think this could be heading towards a Ferrari 1-2. They've got a lovely gap over Jim Strav, who's, yes, on the mediums, very quick driver, but still a very good gap to have at this point in the race. They can control this if they want to. Here, I certainly think it's going to be Ferrari 1-2. So, Jennings currently leading from his teammate, 1.7 seconds, as Alpha, not Alpha, sorry, yeah, it was Alpha, sorry, out the race. That'll probably help Williams. So Genesis leads by 1.5 seconds from his teammate, who is actually gaining. Obviously, them softs are probably edging away from the Ferrari driver. And probably the longer he does on them, actually, the worse those tyres get. To be honest now, where is a good gap for Genesis to come out in? That is what I'm looking at here. Not trying to help him, but where is a good gap? He could probably fit in. I think if he goes now, he'll come out in between the McLaren of Scooter Clem 10 and Bradley. If he goes a bit later on, he's just got that bit of traffic. I think if he can pull out a bit of a gap still to maybe Big Shark, he's then got a 5-second gap between Big Shark and the next car ahead, roughly a 5-6 second gap, and I think that is the gap he should try and feed out into. Obviously, he probably won't know this, and oh no, that is a big error for Jennings, who's lost a bit of his front wing in lapping the Red Bull driver. Not sure which one it is, and even worse, he's off in the barriers, and that is his race completely ruined. Wow. So I was looking at gaps, and now his race is done, pretty much. Well, not done. Still can recover this, but his race is certainly looking a lot worse than it was, as he's now going to have to come in, fit a new front wing, and not only just that, he's going to not quite maybe have the gaps he wanted. As he comes in now, this is painful for him, I'm sure, as this now promotes his teammate, who is now the lone Ferrari in the lead of this race by 7.4 seconds on those medium tyres, as Jim Strav now second. Third is the McLaren driver of Baker. Fourth, Big Shark, as Janice tumbling down the order. Where will he come out? Gone for the hards as well, not the softs. I don't think the softs could make it. Not sure whether he was planning to come in anyway this lap. Obviously, not really sure, but I'm sure that one will be investigated post-race, because that really has ruined his race. And yeah, what a real shame for the Ferrari driver of Janice, who is a championship leader currently. I think that's the thing he's going to have to focus on right now. Rather than focus now on are the races lost, focus on maybe a sort of not losing many points to his championship rivals here, as there is a safety car. That is probably the best news he's had here, as it looks like the Williams has gone off of the Stiff Meister 80, and Big Shark has a drive-through for speeding under safety car conditions as he pits, so he will have to serve that once obviously safety cars come in. Still, your net race leader is the Ferrari driver. Now, what does he do? He's got the opportunity here under this safety car to come in. 22 seconds, should easily be able to get out in the lead. I imagine this is what he will do. Looks like he missed his first opportunity last lap, but I reckon he will certainly have an opportunity this lap to come in and to fit the tyres he wants. And yep, in the pits he does come. So, doesn't have to rush it, just take his time, no need to make mistake. As he'll go for the hards as well, so everyone going for the hards. And Brad and Baker also will come in. Imagine he will go on to the hards as well. Yep. So Janice is gone actually, I think, for another stop here, because I'm pretty sure he was on the softs and now he's on the mediums. So he's gone for another stop, so he's looking to go racy once more in this race. Drain K is now up to 7th. Jim Strav is now in to 2nd effectively in this race, because the other two, well, Scooter Clem 10, he has made a pit stop, but 12 lap pole tyres, he'll be like meat to the Alfa Romeo driver. Sorry to use that phrase, but he will be, literally. And Bradley, well, he's got a time penalty, so unless he can shake off, I think it's 3 seconds. In fact, is there a way to show you how much time penalty? Yep, there you go. So Bradley got a 3-second time penalty. Drive through for Big Shark. 6 seconds for Dre and K, or Nicola. Simon also with 6. Mirko Iceco is also with 6. And last of the pack has got 10. So that is currently the penalty situation. In terms of tyres, well, here's your tyres, as you can see, and another yellow flag. Looks like it's further down the order. I'm not sure. Is there another wing? Where is that yellow flag? I thought that was actually another yellow. Maybe I'm just seeing things because it is all yellow. That mini map probably am. So, new race leader. Obviously, what can he do? The gaps have all closed up. Jim Strav, look at where he is also. He may have had a bad qualifying, but as I said, he's almighty quick in these races. And he's already up to 4th. Okay, there's been a lot of incidents. Already we've got 3 drivers out, but at the same time, on the other hand, he's also currently leading up into 4th. Jim Strav, I was talking about that. Yeah, he's up into 4th. Despite the incidences, and was only trailing by 7 seconds before the safety car. So he's one to look out for. As I said, he should be able to, realistically, I reckon he'll probably easily breeze through the McLaren. But then, can he get Bradley easily? That's going to be the bigger challenge for him, is getting Bradley. Because even though Bradley's got a penalty, it's only 3 seconds. I'm pretty sure he will not want to give that position up to save his life. So, Big Shark, 3. Car number 94. Currently has a drive-through. He will have to serve that within the next 3 laps once the safety car comes in. I suspect it'd probably be this lap. Usually safety car stays out for approximately 2 laps, 2 to 3 laps usually they do. Then so the question is, what will happen here on the safety car restart once we get going? Now, hard tyres, will they be harder to get up to speed in terms of warmth? I certainly know I have probably a bit of difficulties when it comes to warming up tyres, usually, especially the harder the compound. Just a little secret there, to my driving. But will these guys have maybe similar issues to what I have when it comes to warming up the tyres? Looks like the safety car is in this lap, as now the Ferrari driver of basically the Hungarian Ferrari driver will be now the pace setter. What will he do? Looks like he's trying to keep the field actually quite close to the safety car here. Looks like he's suddenly, and he's gone. So Ferrari driver has gone, but then he sort of like stopped again a little bit. So hasn't though done any damage to anyone. He's gone pre-way, no unpredictable stuff from him. He's just gone immediately. So under racing again as we go, and the Ferrari driver, very clean start, as the McLaren driver all over the rear end of Bradley here. Will he try and make a move down the inside? No, thinks better of it rather than going for that one, as that would have been certainly risky. But now this has allowed Jim Strav to now get within the slipstream. He will pull to one side and will go down the inside then of the McLaren driver, Scooter Clem 10. I did say he will have a easy time then there of overtaking, and sure enough, indeed he did, as he moves now up into 3rd and the podium spots. So now, Jim Strav, what more can he do during this race? He's got Bradley, who is on 9 lap older tyres here then, and Bradley's picked up another 3-second time penalty, so not been a good race for Bradley, who currently 3rd in the championship either. So certainly championship leaders having a tough time out there. As we go back to our championship leader, as he is about to probably make a move on the Mercedes driver. Then here gets a nice slipstream. Can he get it? Goes to the inside. Genesis takes Big Shark, maybe not quite. Little bit of contact from the car behind of Simon, Nothing though that will affect it. So for now, Big Shark defends that position. Currently sat in 6th as Simon now, and this is really getting a bit bunched up here between Big Shark, Janice and Simon. Simon all over that Mercedes gearbox. I'm sorry, Genesis is all over that Mercedes gearbox in the Ferrari. And Simon is all over now the Ferrari gearbox. Literally, they're all sat on top of each other's gearbox here. 4 side, more contact. 3 have taken each other out though. Simon goes up into 6th, and they all are going to have to come in. Genesis decides to stay out despite he's got wing damage. I'm not sure why he stayed out there, but 3 drivers into 1, well 4 into 1, doesn't go. Simon somehow though is the one who's come out of all of that and come out unscathed basically there, as Jim Strav now currently sat in 3rd. What can he do as we go back to Jim Strav now? He's losing a bit of time behind this Williams driver of Bradley. He will want to get him out the way. Let's see how quickly he can dispatch the Williams. As Jim Strav still within half a second. DRS, I'm not sure whether it's currently active. I think it is. Here, it should be. So, yeah, what gone on there between them 3? Honestly, beggars belief. Well, 4 actually. I guess it's 3 into 1 doesn't go. It looked like though the Mercedes did come across though a little bit on the Ferrari. I'm not going to lie. It did look like he didn't give maybe as much room as he could. And here comes Jim Strav now at Bradley. A easy overtake, up now into 2nd place. That is a crucial move in there for the Alfa Romeo driver, and gets the move done very nicely and will easily hang on to this down the next straight. No coming back for Bradley then there. And for Bradley now, I guess his race is literally to secure a podium if he can do that. Even though he's got McLaren also not too far behind him, but is on older tyres here then, and the one that probably could secure a podium here for the McLaren team is obviously Baker here, but it does look like he has got a comfortable gap though. Scooter Clemten, his teammate, and here's Simon then on the softs, mediums here. So Jim Strav's picked up a penalty. How crucial will this be for the lead of the race? As obviously penalties sometimes do decide races. And in this case, the penalty could decide the race for them, as they are certainly close together, 4.9 seconds. So, a unforced error from Jim Strav, but he's, as I say, a very quick driver. I know what he can do, and I know that despite that penalty, he can get a good result. And again, another retirement. Big Shark out of the session here. Another retirement. That's the 4th retirement of this race. He's out. So, lap 23. 13 laps or 14 laps to go. Janice, the championship leader, down in 11th, having a horrible day, as the Red Bull driver this time gets nicely out of the way. Literally, for Ferrari, I think the only driver that can be actually pretty proud of themselves right now is our race leader, the Hungarian from Hungary. Obviously leading this race by now what is a comfortable margin of 8 seconds, because let's not forget Jim Strav has got a 3-second time penalty, so obviously He's leading by a net 8 seconds, comfortable lead then there, with 13 to go. Really should, I think, bring this one home. Hasn't made a error all day. Could have been P2 in qualifying. Instead, it was P3. So, qualified in the top 3. Then, started on the, I think it was the mediums. Didn't have a particularly great start, but still kept it clean, out of the walls, out of trouble. Small error there from the race leader. Then, as Danny G at 89 has left the session. So, I think he was already out anyway. If you're new, by the way, to the channel, please subscribe, like and share this video. Sorry if I sound a bit off colour today. I think I've got a bit of a cold. Just in case anyone thought I sound a bit, I don't know, nozzly. If that's even a word. I do sometimes invent my own words. Anyway, back to the race. Then here. Jim Strav currently 6.3 as a Ferrari driver, pulling out a lovely gap here. To be honest, he could pull out such a lovely gap where technically he could come in, pit for new tyres and get back out. There's another small look up there. And yellow flag somewhere further down the field, and even more contact between the McLaren and the Haas then of Josh. Was Mirko again involved? I'm not sure. I wasn't really watching, if I'm being brutally honest. So that's going to cost them 2 positions. And yeah, his race has literally also just blown up in his face for him. As Janice having a bit of also abysmal race here. I do feel a bit sorry for some of these lads tonight. Because literally for some of them, literally unfortunately, their races have literally just imploded, to put it politely. As the Renault's in the pits, think it's Simon. And simple stops then there for them. Only wing change for Josh. As now the Mercedes driver is up into the top 5. So if our race leader wanted to pit, he would come out now in 4th. I'm not suggesting he should or he would, but he would come out in 4th. And do bear in mind, obviously, some people do have obviously time penalties, so he would only have to make up, put it this way, 10 seconds on Jim Strav. He would only need to make up less than a second on Bradley. Now it does look like the top 3 is going to be Scooter, Clem 10, if he can stay within that obviously 6 seconds of the car in front, because the car in front, Bradley, has a 9-second time penalty. Running on board with Bradley, you can see he's obviously already 11 seconds off the pace, and his tyres are certainly one of the oldest in terms of looking at their tyre life. He's been 18 laps on those tyres now, and Scooter Clem 10 has been 24 laps on those. They must really feel old tyres for him. To be honest, he might want to come in as well. Not sure whether he will or he won't. His tyres must be also pretty much gone here then, I would suspect, or starting to go, as yes, he does lately dive into the pits then for a pit stop. I imagine this will be for maybe a set of the softs, if he's got any left, or for the mediums. Then it is for a set of the softs. So Selvasos goes on to his car and he will rejoin comfortably in 5th then position. So okay mate, don't worry about that. Red Bull, who's coming out, he will get blue flagged then in a moment time. So don't have to really race him, but either way it should be pretty simple for the McLaren driver there. Easy one then does it, and he now moves himself back up into 5th. So 24 laps on a set of the hards for the McLaren driver. He's obviously opted to stop. This obviously sort of opens up that gap to obviously Bradley, who is now currently 20 laps on those tyres. Now, why did obviously Scooter Clemten stop? Did he stop because he was at risk of a puncture? I'm not really too sure. This could be a possibility. If so, is Bradley going to be at risk of a puncture here at the end of the race? I'm not really too sure. But right now that is the big question. Obviously, he only needs to get within 23 seconds though of Bradley's car for him to be awarded the position. Let's see what he can do on those softs as we're on lap 29. Jim Strav has got a comfortable gap obviously back to Bradley, 4 seconds, and our race leader is currently in cruise control here, absolutely flying, 10.9 seconds. This is going to be a very dominant win for the Ferrari driver here then. Absolutely destroying the field as Bradley picks up another 3-second time penalty. So that 12 seconds worth of time penalties for Bradley then here. As we look at the intervals, for whatever reason Mirko's interval isn't actually displaying, so I can only go by what I see on the screen here. And what I can see is the McLaren driver is gaining rapidly. In fact, these gaps, I'm not sure what's going on. According to that gap, the Mercedes driver is 1 second, 1 lap down. But I know the McLaren driver isn't a lap down, so that's impossible for that to be the case. But Bradley's picked up now 12 seconds worth of penalties. So when I last checked, Bradley Bradley and Mirko was around 9 seconds. And is there going to be another safety car here as the Smithmeister has left the session? That car is in a very awkward position also as well. But we'll get going. There won't be a safety car. It is now back to green, just about, but that certainly could have actually been a game changer, to be truthful, as I can now see the gaps properly. So Scooter Clemten is now a couple seconds, 4 seconds away from overtaking the current P4 man, Mirko Isko, who's currently 4th. Bradley is 3rd, who, well, 12 seconds. I think he's just got enough, certainly over Mirko. So long he doesn't pick up another penalty, he should be fine, actually, for P3. So here's the position changes. So Jim Strav up 14 places. Our race leader, I've just noticed, has got a penalty. Obviously, I doubt it'll be probably anything massive. But yeah, Jim Strav up the most places. First actual real mistake, get 3-second penalty. So no real mistake, and there is a safety car Another safety car. Okay, now this really does change the dimension of this race, possibly, here. Because it could be a shootout between now Jim Strav and and obviously the race leader. Will we see a flurry of cars into the pit? Thing is, as Jim Strav stopped, will Bradley stop? No, Bradley won't. Or will he? No, sorry, he will. So Bradley will stop. And that will obviously mean definitely a shootout between our race leaders then here. On goes softs for all of them now, pretty much. This is going to be probably like a 2-lap shootout to the end of the race. Bradley's going to lose a lot of time here despite stopping. Scooter Clem 10 will move now up into the podium. But this time, roles are reversed. Is Bradley still got a penalty, but roles are reversed here as Bradley is now on a fresh set of the soft tyres. So effectively, he will have the pace advantage over the McLaren driver. And let's see how much of his time penalties have gone away. Well, he's still got 12 seconds. That doesn't add up because he's just literally served, I think, maybe about 5 of those in the pit lane, surely, as he's come out behind the McLaren. To me, something's gone wrong there, possibly. Anyway, so probably going to be a 3-lap shootout here for the race lead. Do not go anywhere, folks, as this race is simply not over. There is a bit of a buffer, though, between the Ferrari driver and the Alfa Romeo. Or I think it's Dre. Is it Dre or Key? 2013. One of the two. Let's see quickly. It's Key here, who is going to be that bit of a buffer possibly between the Ferrari driver and the Alfa Romeo. How important will that be? Honestly, I don't know. And let's not forget, if Scooter Clem 10 stays within 3 seconds of both of them, he will win this race. So there's still all to play for here in these final laps, as we're going to have like a 2-lap shootout here. Then, as this race will get going once again, but once it does, everyone is on literally a fresh set of soft tyres, except the two at the back of the field, who have opted, well, one driver's 3-lap down. That is pretty poor showing from him, sorry to say, but ultimately everyone else is on either softs or a fresh set of the softs tyres, as safety car is in this lap. So obviously Jim Strav can't unlap himself until the race gets going. Obviously, I imagine the AlphaTauri driver will probably or won't want to hold up the leaders too much, so hopefully he gets nicely out of the way as we do get going. But again, Jim Strav obviously can't go past to the first safety car line, and this is really costing him a lot of time. Do not overtake. I don't know whether that was legal or not. It might have been. No, he's had to let him back through, and this has really cost Jim Strav a lot of time then here, as now your, well, Scooter Clem 10 is in now a shootout effectively with obviously the Ferrari driver, who's now 3 seconds up the road, so he's already broken out that necessary gap he needed over Scooter Clem 10. So that is so important, and as I said, that AlphaTauri really did become the difference between obviously the two, obviously then there, because Scooter, well, the Ferrari driver could just go, and didn't have to worry about unlapping or lapping anyone. So he didn't have to wait. He could just go. Whereas Jim Strav had to wait till the line. In fact, he didn't wait till the line. Had to let then the Alfa Romeo, the AlphaTauri back pass, and then retake the position under blue flags fairly, and that has cost him a position, as Jim Strav now will get back up into, obviously, second place, but it's only going to be momentarily here, as the McLaren driver also going to get outdone by the Williams driver, Bradley, but again, probably going to be momentary here for them then, as this is a great little scrap. Then is there going to be a scrap between the two? But either way, well, for a second position, but either way, the Ferrari driver then here, he will come around the final corner. We said this time in Canada, a Ferrari driver wins. This time it's a Hungarian Ferrari driver of the two. Win for Ferrari, another brilliant win for them in the championship. Jim Strav comes home in second. He will, though, be demoted down to third. Bradley again also even further demoted, and in fact falls behind Janice, who also gets demoted, promoted up to fifth. Sorry. So Jim Strav will take the championship lead once more. Then there, that's probably the most important result for him. But it's the Ferrari driver who wins the race. Then there, and Jim Strav, driver of the day. I'm not going to disagree with that, actually. Even though I think the Ferrari driver did an excellent job. Then the Hungarian Ferrari driver, I think he did a fantastic job to finish where he finished. Led that race comfortably. Okay, there was a lot of misfortune for others such as Janice and Jim Strav and Bradley, but he did do a great job. And Scooter Clem 10 getting a podium. Is that a second podium in a row for him? I'm not too sure, but well done to them three. So congrats to our race winner, Horfan Gerber 8, I'm pretty sure that is, and the Ferrari driver, despite 3-second time penalty. Then Scooter Clem 10 in second, and Jim Strav third. Rest of the top 10, Josh Stead 4th, Janice 5th, Bradley in, Baker in 6th, Bradley in 7th, Mirko 8th, Dre NK or Nicola in 9th, and Simon in the Renault 10th. So congrats to all of them, and commiserations to our retirements, Mr. Meister, Danny G89, Queek Killers or something, and Big Shark 3. And then obviously outside the top 10 we have the Stiffenmeister, the King, and Kiro or Kyo 2013. So that's the end of the stream then there. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if I sound a bit queasy, to say the least today. But other than that, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and thank you and congrats obviously to our race winners.